And thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock and we begin tonight with breaking news here in Indianapolis. One person is dead, 2 others injured after 3 shootings in just 2 hours. Police at this hour confirming a person was killed after gunfire at the Budget 8 Inn. This was the scene around 8 tonight near 21st and Shadeland. Officers on the scene told us this started as a fight on a balcony. They say that they're working right now to piece together a description of the suspect, and in the meantime, they urge people to put the guns down.
Not the answer. This is an incident that's happened one too many times here in the city of Indianapolis. We're just asking individuals to not settle their differences with guns. Guns are not the answer. Please step away. Call police, call 911 if you see anything that just doesn't look right or you see gun violence about to happen or occurring. We just want everyone to be safe.
30 minutes earlier, police got called to Village Plaza Drive. That's near 14th and Arlington on the east side of our city. They tell us they found a person in critical condition with an apparent gunshot wound. That person was taken to an area hospital. And the most recent shooting happened around 9 o'clock near 38th and Midhofer. Police on the scene tell us the person that they found is in serious condition. If you have any information or relevant security video of any of these cases, please call police. You can also call Crime Stoppers, and you don't have to give your name. And we want to let you know that you can find that contact information online, and you will see any breaking developments on WTHR.com and, of course, on Sunrise starting tomorrow morning at 4 o'clock. And now to the weather impact alert. We're tracking severe storm chances for Tuesday. Rob's in for Angela tonight. So what's the timeline looking?
Well, I think we're going to have 2 rounds.
Yep.
That's the way it's looking like right now. One will arrive just in time for the morning commute, unfortunately. Not for everyone, but there's going to be a good chance in the morning, and then another during the afternoon. So let me get you through the overnight. Here's what we're expecting for tomorrow. The storm threat, a level 3 on a scale of 1 to 5 is what we're looking at. Now, thankfully, what we saw out there earlier tonight has for the most part moved over into Ohio. And I think overall we're pretty quiet for the next couple of hours or so. Any leftover showers have moved on through. In fact, National Weather Service has canceled the tornado watch that was in place. Temperatures, though, still very mild. 70s and 80s. That will all move to the east. There's still a tornado watch right now for parts of Wayne County. However, I think overall things will remain quiet until that next line arrives in the morning. I'll be back with a look at this and the rest of the day coming up.
All right, Rob, we'll see you in a few. Yeah. And now to a busy city-county council meeting that was all about money and data centers. Tonight, Indianapolis councilors are overruling the mayor of Indianapolis and moving forward with a tax increase for drivers. Our city beat reporter Alex Almanza joins us live downtown, where tonight's decisions will have you paying more to drive. Alex?
Scott, let's start with the tax that you pay when you go to the BMV. Starting in 2027, Marion County drivers who own passenger, it's going to be about $100 to register that vehicle at the BMV. But for higher load vehicles like commercial vehicles, it's going to be about $240. Now, this is all part of the council's plan to secure $50 million for road improvement projects and other infrastructure projects, as long as the city comes up with $50 million of their own. But last week, a large number of Democrats who supported a tax hike were left scrambling to find more votes to override Mayor Joe Hogshead's veto on the proposal. But in a surprise twist tonight, councilors Frank Mascari and Breanne Delaney flipped their votes, leading to cheers in the room.
Again, we recognize that this is not an easy decision, but again, it's cheaper to plan for that $80 increase than it is to deal with a busted tire and a rim. So at least this way you get to budget for that increase.
A pretty disgusting display of celebration, knowing that they took the easiest possible route to raise money. They didn't actually look into our own pocket.
Now, I've tried reaching out to Mayor Joe Hogshead's office for comment and a reaction to that overriding veto, but we have not heard back tonight. But Mayor Hogshead left the meeting before the council overruled him. And before that, he asked council members to consider a nearly $1.9 billion spending plan for next year. In 2027, the city's proposing $267 million for roads, bridges, and greenways. As for police, Budget would also fund over 1,700 IMPD officer positions as the city continues to fill vacancies. Now, overall, Hogsett has told councilors tonight that the city has faced financial pressure before and said that progress depends on people working together.
Our city has never backed away from challenges. We have faced fiscal pressures, rising service demands, and moments that have tested our capacity and resilience. Yet time and time again, Indianapolis has demonstrated that progress is possible when we engage one another.
The council will now spend the next several weeks digging into the proposal before a final budget vote is expected in October. And as for months, we've heard about city council chambers erupting in a lot of jeers. But tonight, the meeting ended with cheers as the councilors adopted a proposal that would ban new data center developments. Now, it's important to note here that an amendment was added to the proposal, meaning it has to go back to the Metropolitan Development Commission for final approval. That means a temporary ban on data centers is not official just yet, but some people say it's still a step in the right direction.
I'm so happy that they passed it. This is exhausting. I don't wish this on any community. If you're watching this right now and your community has not had a data center try to go in, you are so lucky.
Now, this is still lots of work to be done. Of course, a lot of work was done tonight, but we've still got several weeks of committee hearings where budgets will go line by line. Councilors will look at the budget and determine what needs to change or if there's any changes that need to be made ahead of the full council adoption of the budget in October. Scott?
All right, Alex Almanza reporting live outside the City County building in downtown Indy. Now, one data center project approved before this temporary pause is in development in Irvington. And tonight we're getting some new insight into the fight to stop it from the attorney that was hired to do just that. The Metropolitan Development Commission approved the DC Blocks data center last month. And now there's a group that's called Eastside Community Action that is planning to take all of this to court. They hired attorney Scott Federoff. Federoff told us the group has a legitimate reason to appeal the commission's decision.
They failed on a number of accounts to show that this site, frankly, was appropriate for the use under a use variance.
Now, we expect the group's appeal to come this week. 13 News reached out to DC Blocks about the ECA hiring an attorney. A company spokesperson told us there was no information or updates to share with us at this time. And now to an armed robbery with a haul valued at more than $2 million. But the suspects didn't get far. All of this unfolded at King Jewelers. That's on the southeast side of our city near Emerson and Thompson Road. Police tell us 3 suspects went inside armed with weapons. Investigators say the suspects restrained the people inside the store and held them at gunpoint. Then they started grabbing stuff, jewelry, precious metals, and cash. Next, the getaway. But within just minutes, state police tracked the car to Boone County. Officers tried to stop the car, but the driver took off again. So what we're showing you here is the backup on I-65 as more police agencies join the chase. Eventually, officers found 5 people thanks to drones, canines, and an ISP helicopter, and they also found bags inside this car. What was inside? Well, tonight we're still working to figure that out, but it may end up being a real treasure trove of evidence.